This is Frank, the dirty Camry I've been driving for 9 years. Notice the body, the fact that he hasn't had a proper washing in, well, probably 9 years. That little rearview mirror right there is a favorite hangout spot for birds. They use it as their public toilet. I had to stop parking him in the driveway after a while because a family of robins decided that was where they needed to poo all the time. There was a perpetual white streak on the side right there underneath the rearview mirror, but I don't really think I can be expected to clean it off every time. I mean, come on. Washing your car more than once a year is ridiculous. My struts don't function at all. I've needed to replace them for a while, and every time I go over a slightly uneven surface, I feel like I'm on a boat. I need a seasick patch every time I drive it. Anyway, even if I were to wash my car here in southern Idaho, pretty much anytime the wind gets kicking up, which is, every day, to have any moisture on your car, you get these bits of dirt all over it. So it pretty much looks like I always had a really epic time in my car, but pretty much all that happened was I drove to work, and then I drove to Walmart to get Ben & Jerry's, and probably didn't eat it all on the way home because I couldn't wait. I should paint it some really cool color, like green. Hot green, 90s style. Or not. But Frank is a boy, so probably shouldn't be such a girly color. And why is he named Frank? Because as you can see, he has a mustache. You can see he has a mustache right there. And reminded me of Frank Zappa. Because, Frank Zappa's like a Toyota. Because he kept going and going with all of his albums, and he was made in Japan? I don't know. Since I've had Frank since high school, this back seat could say a lot about all the times it saw me sweaty and red-faced and out of breath. Yeah, track practices were pretty hard. But yeah, if he could tell you about all the boys he's seen in the back seat, he either wouldn't have anything to say or would start laughing uncontrollably. Passenger seat, which is pretty much only housed calculus books in high school and things like that. Well, I guess he's probably seen a lot of fast food. Before I was a vegetarian, I used to go to Jack in the Box all the time because I think having a healthy heart is totally overrated. And also, I still go to Taco Bell sometimes to get their quesadillas, and, I think having a lack of nausea and not throwing up is kind of overrated, so, yeah, that's using Taco Bell sometimes. You can't tell so much because it's kind of dark out, but this does not have a CD player at all. In fact, the tape deck doesn't even work. I made a mixtape in high school, which was really cool. It had a bunch of Enrique Iglesias on it because, I'm pretty awesome in my taste in music. As soon as I put it in, it sounded like Enrique was drowning underwater. Well, I guess he wouldn't drown above water. That was kind of stupid to say. I have a bunch of empty Altoid containers in here because it's really hard to get all the way to the dumpster. It's right over there. As for driving style, I pretty much just drive like a 97-year-old who has seen Tokyo Drift too many times. Or at least that's what my boyfriend said. Because I pretty much drive way under the speed limit until I go into turns, and I, floor it. But I don't do the 10 and 2 thing. I do the I'm so cool I put my hand outside the window and only put one hand on the steering wheel type driving. Or the I just bought Ben & Jerry's at Walmart and I can't wait to eat it when I get home, so I just drive with my knees, Lately he's also randomly shuddering. Went to the mechanic 3 times and they couldn't figure it out. Kind of just gave me a tune-up, which sort of worked but not really. So I'll be sitting there stopped at a stoplight and he'll just start shuddering and freaking out, and you could say it's mechanical failure, but I think he's just like his owner, and even sitting still is too strenuous for him. He'd rather just be asleep. So yeah, this is my car. It's gotten much darker since I came in here. Yeah, we've known each other and loved each other for 9 long years now. You see me go from an awkward 16-year-old who had trouble talking to boys to an awkward 25-year-old who pretty much just gave up on that and only talks to cats.